Hello, my name is Rabiatul Arabia binti Muhammad Asri and my group member is Daryl Junidef and Ahmad Zairi bin Badin. For our topic is Kota Kinabalu Composting Project. For introduction, an effort to manage garbage and lower greenhouse gas emission at Telipuk, Malaysia Kayu Madang Sanitary Landfill is the Kota Kinabalu Composting Project. Situated inside the limit of the Kayu Madang Landfill near Telipuk, some 30 kilometers northeast of Kota Kinabalu in the state of Sabah, Malaysia, the project was financed by the World Bank. By moving the municipal solid waste to a sorting and composting plant, which will recover the recyclable portion of the waste and turn the highly biodegradable portion into marketable compost. The project aims to prevent methane emission from the K Madang Sanitary Landfill in Telipuk, Malaysia. Over the course of 20 years, the project is anticipated to cut greenhouse gas emission by about 1.5 million tons of CO2 equivalent. Owner and operator of the project is Miss Smart Recycling Sdn Berhad, processing 480 tons of municipal solid waste per day is possible at this facility. The company sells its compost as a soil additive to nearby farmers and gardeners. An important step towards suitable waste management in Malaysia is the Kota Kinabalu Composting Project. It serves as a template for other nations looking to cut greenhouse gas emission and advance suitable development. In addition to producing marketable compost and lowering greenhouse gas emission, the project has also been successful in giving the local people job possibilities.
Hello, my name is Daryl Junidef and I will be presenting on the implementation of the project. So, near Kota Kinabalu in Malaysia, a composting facility was set up at the Kayu Madang Sanitary Landfill. This big change in waste management was led by MS Smart Recycling Sdn Berhad in partnership with Kota Kinabalu City. Their goal is to handle organic waste differently. Instead of just dumping it, they started using a special method called aerobic composting. This helps cut down on harmful methane gas and makes the landfill last longer. Building this composting unit wasn't easy. It took careful planning and negotiations, but by 2009, it was up and running, turning waste into compost. Here's how it works. Trucks bring in mixed waste, which is sorted to pull out recyclables. The organic waste goes to the composting plant. There, it's treated using special technology, making 150 tons of compost every day. That's 45,000 tons annually. Why is this such a big deal? Because it's not just about waste. It's about helping the environment, the economy, society, and technology. This project reduces landfill waste, cuts harmful gas emissions, and even improves the quality of liquid waste. Economically, it's a game changer. It saves money on waste disposal and turns trash into something valuable. For society, it creates jobs and helps manage waste better. And technologically, it brings big-scale composting to Malaysia, setting the stage for smarter waste management. This project isn't just about garbage. It's about changing how we handle waste for the long term. It's a game changer indeed, making a positive impact on Malaysia's environment, economy, society, and technology in waste management. Next, I will be presenting on the impacts and achievement of the Kota Kinabalu composting plant. So, the composting project in Kota Kinabalu is a fantastic example of how waste can be managed in a smarter, better way, bringing big wins for society, the economy, and the environment. So, one of the impacts that the KKCP has achieved is helping the environment. Every day, the project stops 480 tons of waste from going into regular landfills. They have set up a special place to sort and compost it. They use smart tech and people power to separate stuff we can recycle and turn the rest into useful compost. This cuts down on harmful gas called methane, making the landfill last longer and reducing problems like fires. It's all about managing waste in a way that's good for our planet. Next is saving money and creating jobs. One cool thing is that this project actually saves money for Kota Kinabalu City Hall. After sorting and composting, they can sell what they've made, like compost and things made from paper, metal, and plastic. Plus, they've made around 100 jobs at the sorting place, helping the local economy and giving people new skills. Thirdly, using smart technology. This project uses top-notch technology from the Egyptian company for solid waste utilization. They sort things by hand and use a special way to compost called windrow composting. It's not about the managing trash better here. The technology can be used in other places in Malaysia too. Fourth is helping people and communities. By treating garbage in a better way, this project makes life cleaner and healthier for the people around. They're also big on creating jobs, teaching new skills, and making the community stronger. It's not just about waste, it's about making life better for everyone. And finally, the composting project in Kota Kinabalu is a game changer in waste management. It's got tax smarts, it's good for the economy, it protects the environment, and it helps people. Its success shows how we can all do better with our waste, aiming for a cleaner, brighter future. Let's take its lead and make waste management better everywhere. Thank you.
And now I will proceed based on the proposed improvement and strategies to make the Kota Kinabalu composting project to be better. So this may indicate that the comprehensive policy elements are crucial for the implementation of appropriate policies and thus for long-term management of solid waste. So in other words, comprehensive policy is needed for the KKCP, which is the Kota Kinabalu composting project, to be better. So a comprehensive policy component is one of the most important aspects of achieving a good policy. So most developed countries have the policies that cover all the aspects of waste management, which is including the waste management, proper storage, collection, and transfer and transportation, treatment or recovery and disposal based on M. Ryan and Hamdi 2006 for the citation. And for example, for this comprehensive policy, in Singapore, the government has developed a comprehensive policy that covers the entire water system and is adopting a more sustainable waste management system. An effective waste collection system is mainly due to the government continuous effort to develop a more comprehensive waste collection policy based on APO 2007 for this citation. Based on the overall findings from the secondary data, this study concluded that the existing solid waste management policy in Kota Kinabalu is still not considered comprehensive. In Kota Kinabalu, the current solid waste management place is not very comprehensive, especially regarding the management of waste generation and waste recycling. As mentioned earlier, the results show that the Kota Kinabalu local government is mainly focused on the basic aspect of waste management systems such as the cleanliness, hygiene, and sanitation. This is because the local government prefer to organize cleanliness program. For example, Kota Kinabalu garbage insect eradication campaign. These results support the argument of 1A Kabir 1997. He said that the entire waste management system in Malaysia still focuses on the basics of waste management, with the most waste management regulation focusing on the cleanliness, hygiene, and sanitation aspect. But which regulation, however, he pointed out that does not cover well at all areas of waste management. What is still undeniable that maintaining the cleanliness, hygiene, and sanitation are equally important to the sustainable waste management system. Focusing only on this aspect does not provide a comprehensive overview of the overall issue of waste management can deal with it. No all aspects of waste management system are covered. For example, focusing solely on the cleanliness aspect may not effectively address solid waste issues, such as increased waste generation, as it only addresses one aspect of the waste system. However, incorporating other aspects such as waste minimization and 3Rs, which is reduce, can indirectly reduce waste generation and maintain the waste management system. Since the main focus is reducing the waste generation, at the point of waste generation, adopting a comprehensive waste management policy such as comprehensive waste minimization policy is the key controlling waste generation. It can be conducted that Malaysia solid waste management is still incomplete. Apart from this, main findings of the study show that Kota Kinabalu current solid waste management policy is still not considered comprehensive, especially in terms of minimization policy, which means that the waste generated within the city is not properly collected, such as like waste recycling, waste segregation, waste composting, and may not be treated before being disposed to the landfill. If waste is not properly recycled before it reaches the landfill, waste generation increases while waste that could be recycled remain in the landfill. Reducing the span of the existing landfill becomes shorter. Based on Abdul Hai 2016, found that the composition of solid waste at Kayu Madang landfill include highly recyclable materials such as paper to 31%, cardboard 4.7%, plastic 18.4%, and iron 4%. We found that it still contains waste, which is 1%, aluminium 4.1%, and glass 4.1%, 3.1%. So according to that study, sublow recycling rate may be indicative of the lack of comprehensive policy to support waste disposal in Kota Kinabalu. So it is crucial to outline that the comprehensive policy is needed to make sure that the Kota Kinabalu composting project will be better and operated well. That's all for me. Thank you. My name is Ahmad Zohri bin Badin, and I will proceed to explain the challenges faced by the Kota Kinabalu composting project. So, composting project in Kota Kinabalu face challenges due to its financial hurdles, meaning that they have limited revenue and only associated costs. So, this means that the market value and demand for venery solid waste compost is lower than that for agricultural waste compost. So, the prices paid for venery solid waste compost are as follows, which is the price of compost from agricultural waste is expected to be between $15 and $35. So therefore, income from the sale of venery solid waste compost is limited. For its first commercial scale composting plant, Sabah City did not pay any tip fees to the operator. Secondly, the challenges based on legislative challenges, as there is no corresponding legislation on sanitary landfills and composting. So this means that the government do not provide policies, investment, or financial incentive to encourage the establishment of composting facilities or to use the compost by the farmers, as there are no laws that make it difficult to generate electricity from extract gas and feed it into the grid. So, thirdly, technology challenges due to lack of infrastructure and logistics. MS Smart is not responsible for the transportation of waste. As a result, a significant portion of waste is transported from Sabah City and other nearby cities to landfills. So, there is insufficient infrastructure to enable proper waste segregation and ensure the quality of compost to be produced. It needs to be maintained. And that's all from me. And appropriate infrastructure must be also in place to enable generation of electricity from the extracted gas and the sale of electricity to the grid. And the challenges based on headcount basis. So this also means that there are not enough people involved in this project. So this means that expanding composting operation, qualified and trained technician to operate and maintain the facility, as well as regular management staff is needed throughout this composting project. That's all from me for the challenges. And now I will proceed based on the activities detailed description for the composting Kota Kinabalu project. So the composting plant will adopt the windrow technology to produce the marketable compost. So the feed to the composting plant will also include the garden waste and the highly biodegradable organic waste from the sorting plant. So given the high nitrogen content, such as like the yard waste and garden waste in the composting feed, sawdust wood, after being milled by wood chipper, will be added as a carbon source to maintain the desired ratio. And the next one, the parameters that play significant role in producing the good quality compost are oxygen level, water humidity, and temperature, which is an unbalanced source of organic materials or nutrient balance are not enough oxygen or too much or too little water can result in the production of full odors and other undesirable compounds that can result in an inferior compost product. So the trend balance of carbon to nitrogen is critical in the production of compost. And the third one is the highly biodegradable waste will be placed into the windrows using a self-propelled windrow turner. So this means each windrow will have a height of 1.5 meters, a width of 3.6 meters, and a length of approximately 100 meters. A 2-meter space will be left between the adjacent windows to allow passage of the windows turning machine, which is a minimum number of 60 windows required to process 300 TPD of composting plant feed. And the fourth one, the site for windows will be prepared on a properly designed impermeable surface to prevent the wastewater leachate penetration into the groundwater. So the air permeable geotextile sheets will be used to cover the windows during the composting. So this geotextile cover will prevent the contamination of the surface runoff by the in-process compost. There will be adequate above-ground drainage and stormwater retention to prevent the heavy downpours washing the drainage leachate into the surface water. And the last one, the compost turning machine will provide the oxygen necessary for the aerobic digestion process, maintain the temperature within the windrow and mill, and increase the homogeneity of the waste to expose. More surface area for bacterial activity. Windrows will be trained approximately twice a week. This action will move the bacterial from the bottom of the windrows to the tops and from the outside to the inside. This way, when new windows will be built along one of the side as the new windows matches as it turns. It moves towards to the far side, to the side. And that's only the brief explanation for the activities description of Kota Kinabalu compost.
I will proceed to conclusion. To sum up, the Kota Kinabalu composting project is an important project that has produced marketable compost and successfully reduced greenhouse gas emission. The project serves as a template for other nations looking to cut greenhouse gas emission and advance sustainable development. All parties involved benefit from the project, which has also given rise to job opportunities for the local population. That's all from my group. Thank you.